Hey, how's it going? Today we are going to be removing the blower motor from this 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ. This is a 2001 XJ, so the Evap system has this filter and leak detector situated up here. So we're going to need to remove all that first. Right here I've got a 10mm bolt we're going to take out. I've already unscrewed it. And then it just kind of clips in back here with that little thing, and then we'll pull this hose off. Kind of hard to do one-handed. Oh, it's almost there. Let's see. There we go. There we go. All right. Next, I'm going to take off this vacuum line down here underneath the leak detection pump. Then we'll have to undo the clip on here and take that connector off, and I believe this bracket is held on with these two bolts here. Then there's a Phillips head screw right down into this wiring harness we'll get to in just a minute. Here, let's see if we can see that sucker down there. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's not a Phillips head, I thought it was. Well, it looks like it's a 10mm. We kind of got under there. We're gonna loosen that up and take that bolt out. Fish this out. We're gonna fish this out with a magnet. All right. Now it looks like it's just these two upper bolts here. Let's get those out of the way. Get those gone. All right. Kind of pull this up, and we're gonna have to do something about that connector. Hang on one second. All right. So we had to gingerly encourage that little red clip to come up. We started breaking, so we forced it to the bottom. Then just kind of gonna pull on this. We can now push down this little lever here, and it's a two-hand operation, unfortunately, since we've got everything unhooked. So hang on. All right, that pulled right off. So there we go. So let's just pull this out of the way. I'm sure it's going to be hung up somewhere, and I've only got one hand right now. So let's see what we can do with it. There is one other vacuum hose connected to it right down there at the bottom of the back. Fuel vapor line, I guess you want to call it. We'll pull that off, and then this should come right out. So I ended up following it down here, and see if I can get you down in there. Just unhooked it from this side. Now we should be able to pull it out. There you have it. Ooh, that's nasty. All right, let's take this this switch off. This connector. Again, it's one-handed bullcrap. Hang on, I really need to get a tripod anyway. So we took that off, and I'm thinking about kind of moving that off of its mount here just to give us a little room. So let me take a look at that. So it is just on this little clip back here, and it just pulls straight up and off. I just want to move it out of the way. Put it down there, and then this vacuum line here is kind of in the way, but it's flexible enough. I guess we don't need to move it. Now let's look at taking off this connector here. Looks like it just kind of pops off of there. Yeah, there we go. So the next thing I want to do, if I can get the camera back in there, is get this bracket loosened by loosening this bolt right here. It's an 8mm, and what it does, it tightens this bracket that comes around here. So let's get our tool in there and loosen that up and see if we can get that off. All right, so once we get the bolt all the way out, this bracket will just kind of slide off the bottom. If I can just finagle it out of the way. Oh shit, drop something? Oh yeah, the bolt. All right, let me grab that. Okay, let me set this aside. Now, this moves a little bit, so I don't know if we need to evacuate it and move it or not. Let's. I'm going to go ahead and start unbolting the fan motor itself and see what we can do. So it's held in with 3 bolts. You see that top one right back there. Then there's a second one down here in the corner, kind of triangular shape. The third one, yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera here, but it's right back up under here. Again, kind of makes a triangle from the top down here and top down over there. They are 8 millimeters, and what I've devised, since I didn't bring my whole tool set, is this 8 millimeter socket on on this little thing going into my 1/4 inch socket on my tiny socket set, and we'll use that to loosen the bolts. As always, make sure you have your magnet with you. This is going to come in handy to get this screw out right here once it's loosened, as well as my tool here, which fell out. Come on, sucker. Oops, finger in the way. Okay, there we go. There's one screw. Now these bolts are a little more than finger tight. So, you know, once I got it loosened with the combination of, you know, the small ratchet and the 8 millimeter socket held on by the 1/4 millimeter, was able to get both those bottom ones loose and out. And the top one, pretty much the same thing. All right, no need to use the magnet. Let's get rid of this. All right, now that this sucker is loose, let's see if there's a way I can videotape this and get it out. Hang on one second. All right, well, let's try this out. We've got part of the way out. I don't know if you're going to be able to see everything. Oops. Let's see here. That thing's in the way. All right, get that cable out of the way. That moves enough. I don't think it's going to move enough, but we'll see. All right, so I'll move this wiring harness out of the way. A little bit, I pulled it from its tab, from its mount here. I still don't think this is going to come out easily. Well, of course not easily. I don't think it's going to come out with this thing in the way. Let's see, maybe not, you know. Probably have to take the squirrel cage off to get it out. I'm not sure how to do that yet, but let's try it out. Or let's try something. This ain't working. It's almost enough room. Almost enough room with this wiring harness out of the way. Let's pull it from here also. Pulled that part of the wiring harness out of the way. Maybe it'll come up right through here. I think it will. Almost. I know that rubber line's flexible, but I don't know about the rest of this. Looks like there's enough room. Pitch out there. Okay. We're getting there. Not very easily, but we're getting there. Don't worry, I'll edit this. I'm just telling myself that we need to edit this. Ooh, moving this stuff out of the way. That wiring harness goes directly in, and we can maneuver just enough. We might be able to get that sucker out of there. Yeah, just kind of a wiring harness in the way. Can I get it through? Ooh, look, got it most of the way up now. All right, I guess this is a good place to cut, and then we'll paste in just a moment. All right, so we don't want to rip a hole in any of these vacuum lines, but just about out of here. Now it's all just this, which, oh, I lost you guys for a second. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see. There's a clip and a bunch of tape on this line. Do I want to undo this line? I could undo that line from this T here, I think. Maybe not. Wrong. Oi! Oh, yeah, there went some vacuum. So, undid that from the T. So I get that out of the way. And then, just kind of finagle it. Woohoo! There's one bad motor scooter right there. Get on your bad motor scooter and ride. Oh, bad fan motor. Ooh, that thing is really bound up. All right, well, out with the old and then in with the new. So that blower motor removal wasn't that bad. We're gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it a video, and stay tuned for the next video when we install the new blower motor. Until then, we'll be seeing you.